Hello everyone, I'm Ashutosh. Welcome to this video. In this video, we are going to see what is new for flow designers and what is changed for flow designers in Paris release. So without wasting time, I'm going to just jump on to the new features. I have also created an article on community so you can go and watch or at least read through that article, which is in detail. In this video, I will just try to show you whatever is in the article. So the first thing which is really important and which is new in Paris is content filtering. So we have content definitions wherein you can decide and the content filtering rules where you can decide which particular user with that particular role can see which component of the flow designers. For an example, if you have actions and you don't want actions to be visible to a particular role or other way around, if you want an actions to be visible to a particular custom role, if you have a custom role or any out of the box role, you can do that. So just an example, user with a dedicated developer role can access, for example, all these things, all these definitions you can see uh, with a dedicated developer. I will just filter out with it this and I will filter this. Yeah. So dedicated developer can have an access to the actions, action steps, flow logic, flows and subflows, trigger categories, trigger conditions, or trigger definitions. Similarly, if you have a custom role and you want to give an access to the flow designer components, you can create the resource filtering rules and you can give access to the components depending upon the role. The next important thing which I liked most is now you can run a flow under a particular role. So if you go to the properties of the flow and when you select run as uh, users who initiates the session, you will see another field below it that is run with the rules. For example, if you have a user who does not have a dedicated developer rule and if he tries to invoke this particular flow, there will be an error. The flow will not proceed, the flow will not get executed properly and you will get an error, and that error I have already shown on my uh, article. Okay, so the next thing which is now you can run the flows in the background. Okay, when you test it, yeah, initially it was possible to run the flow in the background, but you have to go submit the request and then you used to decide, okay, you want to run it into forehead or background. But as soon as you click on test now, you get this checkbox which is run test in background. If you take this, the flow will execute in the background. Okay, if you compare this with the Orlando version, this is my Orlando instance, and if I open the flow designer here and if I open, for example, I think this won't open. Yeah, if I open a test flow which I have, and if you see the properties, the first thing which I would like to show you in Orlando is user who initiates the flow. You can see run with roles field is not visible here. And if I go to, for example, this, and if I click on test, you can see the run in background checkbox is also not visible here. So that is changed between Paris and Orlando. In Paris, you have that box, and in Orlando, you don't have that box. The next one is now you can actually duplicate an action or a duplicate a step. For example, you can see now this one, duplicate action. This is something new in Paris. You can, as soon as you click, it will duplicate the action just below it. For example, I clicked it. You can see now it is duplicated automatically and it will copy, it will show you that, okay, this is a duplicate action and it will show you everything is copied from the first activity into the copied activity. Okay, so this is new in Paris. There are some new steps now available when you create a custom action. There are some new steps available. I will show you, for example, let's go here, or maybe, yeah, nice. So as soon as I click on this, plus sign, you will see now this list is increased. You have delete multiple records. This is new. Update multiple records. This is new. It was not available in Orlando version. I can show you that. If I go to, now I'm in Orlando version. I have navigated to Orlando version. And if I create a new action, test action, for example, and if I submit it, and if I click on plus, you can see there is no delete multiple and update multiple. The next new feature which is available in Paris is you have send an SMS utility available. Okay, this is something new which we got in Paris, but it is not available in Orlando. You can see this is my Orlando instance. Moving forward, the next one which I would like to show you is I can't actually show you, but there is a new API available, and that API is called as has approvals. And what that API will do is, if you use that particular API somewhere in the script in this particular flow or action, and if you have asked for approval activity, that has approval API will evaluate to true. And if you do not have asked for approval action used in your flow or subflow, then that particular API will evaluate to false. That is new. And the last one which I would like to discuss is flow data collections. So we have, again, that is something which I can't show you, but we have a new feature which says flow data collection, which will analyze or which will capture the process agents activities on the workspace, and then you can create reusable activities out of that process activities, whatever process agent do. So that is something new in Paris. Moving forward to what is changed in Paris, first thing I would like to say is you can see process automation. This is, I would say, new as well as changed because flow designers are now under process automation. Whereas in Orlando, you can see this is just called as flow designer, but it was not part of process automation, right? Second one is, and I liked it because the numbering system was not comfortable in Orlando, but now here you can see even the substeps. If you have a substep under 4, it is called as 5. Whereas in um Orlando, it was okay. This is 4, and if it has substep, then it would be 4.1, and then 4.1.1 if you have something else like this should be 6.1 something something. And if you go to Orlando, now I will go back to Orlando version and let me see if I have some flows. Yeah, update case via reply. Here you can see this is 4.1. The under if the first is 4.1, but whereas in Paris it is 5, then this should be 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So a sequential numbering process now. It's not 4.1, 4.2 or something like that. Next one is if you have inbound flow, if you have an inbound email flow, then in first I will show you what was in Orlando. So we have inbound flow in Orlando, and if you click on properties, here you can see run as system user or run as user who initiates the flow. Whereas in Paris, this particular option is removed. If you go now, I am back in the Paris version, and if I click here, so you can see under the properties, you don't see that particular option. It has been removed. So there is no way you can run that particular inbound action as a system user. Okay. And the last but not the least, which is new or which is changed is you get a warning message if you don't have that particular action or a spoke available in the next instance. For example, you activated a spoke in dev, your dev instance, and if you move that flow to the next instance to your test instance, And if you do not have that spoke activated there, then you get a warning message. Um, Unfortunately, I can't show you that warning message, but that is something changed. Initially, you don't used to get that, but now you will see a warning message at the top of that particular spoke or that particular action, where it will say that, okay, that particular action is missing. So I hope you liked all these new features in Flow Designer. Um, if you have any doubts, just drop your comments into my article. I can show you my article as well. This is my article which I have created, named as Flow Designer, everything about Flow Designer in Paris release. So you can just go through this article, and if you have any doubts, just put your comments there. If you want anything to know, or if you feel something should be improved, just let me know. This video, it will be also published on my YouTube channel, so please visit my YouTube channel and let me know your feedback. Thank you so much for now.